In 1991, a catastrophic landslide at the Ratcha Pass claimed more than 200 lives. In 2014, a fierce snowstorm in the Annapurna Range left 400 trekkers missing. And in China alone, more than 1,000 deadly landslides are recorded every year. These are not random tragedies. They are nature's warning. Mountain passes that have been used for centuries are death traps. Winding roads, steep cliffs, unpredictable weather, every journey is a gamble. But humanity found another way. Instead of going over the mountains, we decided to go through them. Massive tunnels now allow vehicles to travel straight through solid rock. Travel distances are cut in half. Fuel consumption drops. Emissions fall. And most importantly, peril becomes safety. This is the story of how we carve pathways through the earth. Not with magic, but with steel, precision, and the relentless determination to connect what nature has separated. Every tunnel begins not with a drill, but with a map. Engineers cannot see inside a mountain. So they must listen, sample, and simulate. The first stage is a comprehensive geological survey. Teams drill exploratory holes dozens of meters deep, sometimes more than 300 meters into the mountain. They extract rock cores and measure hardness, porosity, and groundwater pressure. Each sample reveals a piece of the mountain's internal structure: fault zones, weak rock layers, areas prone to collapse. Environmental specialists join the effort. They assess erosion risks, changes to underground water flow, and impacts on nearby ecosystems. A tunnel that leaks or collapses is not just a construction failure, it is an environmental disaster. All this data is digitized and fed into 3D geotechnical simulation software. Engineers can now see through the mountain. They calculate the optimal slope, alignment, and curvature radius. From these measurements, the safest and most efficient construction plan emerges. At depths of hundreds of meters, the air can become toxic within minutes. Dust, heat, and exhaust fumes from machinery create a lethal cocktail. Before any excavation begins, engineers must build an artificial breathing system. Vertical shafts are drilled from the construction tunnel up to the surface. Each shaft is 4 to 6 meters wide and up to 200 meters high. These are the tunnel's lungs, bringing fresh air in while expelling toxic gases. The shafts are built using the raise boring technique. The drill head operates from inside the tunnel and pushes upward toward the surface with near-perfect precision. Once completed, sensors monitor oxygen levels, temperature, and toxic gases constantly. Powerful jet fans keep airflow steady. With this system, hundreds of workers can labor for hours beneath the mountain while still breathing the air of life. Outside, the construction site is shrouded in dust. Inside a specially widened auxiliary tunnel, a colossal machine is slowly being assembled. The tunnel boring machine, or TBM, is the true symbol of modern infrastructure. Positioning this giant for its first operation demands absolute precision and seamless coordination among hundreds of engineers. The entire system arrives on hundreds of specialized transport vehicles. Each carries modules weighing from dozens to hundreds of tons: the supporting frame, the control cabin, the hydraulic systems, and the cutter head, the heaviest component, weighing over 1,500 tons and measuring nearly 15 meters in diameter. Auxiliary tunnels are widened and temporarily reinforced with steel and sprayed concrete to make room for these massive components. Under hundreds of industrial lamps, the modules are connected and aligned using laser sensors. The tolerance margin is no more than 5 millimeters. Powerful hydraulic jacks lift the cutter head into position, linking it step by step with the body and tail sections. Once fully assembled, the TBM stretches nearly 100 meters long, the equivalent of a 30-story building laid on its side. Thousands of mechanical parts fit perfectly together, forming a unified steel giant ready to pierce the solid heart of the mountain. From the central control cabin, the electrical, hydraulic, and pneumatic systems come alive. The mountain trembles slightly. The TBM begins to move. Nearly 100 meters long and weighing over 3,000 tons, the machine advances slowly but powerfully. At the front, four massive hydraulic cylinders press the cutter head against the rock with up to 500 tons of force. 23 alloy discs spin with immense torque, crushing layers of rock as hard as steel. Each drilling cycle advances about 1.2 meters. It takes roughly 30 minutes. This cycle repeats more than 50 times per shift. The crushed rock is collected and carried out by an automated conveyor. High-pressure water jets constantly cool and clean the cutter head, reducing friction. Once a cycle ends, the gripper's shield pushes forward. Hydraulic clamps lock onto the tunnel walls, and the next cycle begins. Press. Release. Advance. Drill. This rhythm repeats endlessly, day and night, until the tunnel is complete. In monumental projects like Europe's Santa Lucia Tunnel with a TBM diameter of nearly 16 meters or Switzerland's 57-kilometer Gotthard Base Tunnel, these machines operate 24 hours a day with unmatched precision. Today, China leads this underground frontier with over 1,000 TBMs simultaneously carving railways, subways, and hydroelectric tunnels. The TBM is a marvel, but it cannot handle everything. In areas with soft, porous, or unstable rock layers where even the slightest vibration could trigger a collapse, engineers must return to an older but time-tested method: controlled drilling and blasting. This technique requires a sophisticated blend of rock mechanics, explosive chemistry, and the highest level of safety control. The process begins with a detailed geological survey and seismic measurements to determine safe vibration limits. The construction team then drills hundreds of holes, each 5 to 6 meters deep, arranged in a fan pattern to direct the explosive energy evenly through the rock. Before every detonation, all wires and electric detonators are checked for resistance to prevent leakage or short circuits. Geological data is fed into 3D simulation software to precisely calculate the amount of explosive and the delay timing between each blast point. Each hole is loaded with 80 to 100 kilograms of explosives, combined with fast and slow-reacting chemical agents. The blast unfolds in a preset sequence. When the warning signal sounds 3 times, the ground shakes. The rock shatters exactly as designed. Immediately after the explosion, 2 high-power ventilation ducts extract toxic gases and dust. About 20 minutes later, the engineering team enters to measure tunnel wall deformation, clear loose debris, and spray a temporary layer of shotcrete to stabilize the rock ceiling. Despite its advantages in speed and cost, drilling and blasting demands absolute precision. A slight miscalculation could cause cracks, water leaks, or collapses. That is why modern projects integrate vibration sensors, digital simulations, and real-time monitoring, allowing this traditional technique to work alongside TBMs. As drilling and blasting reached their limits in weak geological zones, the tunneling industry entered a new era, one that is more sophisticated, safer, and more adaptable. This is the sequential excavation method, also known as the new Austrian Tunneling Method or NATM. Developed in Europe during the 1960s, it marked a turning point. Engineers learned not to resist nature, but to work with it using the natural strength of the surrounding rock to carve pathways through mountains. What makes this method unique is its construction philosophy. Instead of relying entirely on artificial support structures, it harnesses the natural load-bearing capacity of the ground itself. The surrounding rock mass becomes part of the tunnel's structural system. Each section of the tunnel is excavated only 1 to 1.5 meters at a time. It is immediately covered with a 25-centimeter layer of sprayed concrete to stabilize the roof and walls. Rock bolts and steel mesh are then installed to distribute stress, creating a natural load-bearing arch between the rock and the concrete. Once monitoring data confirm that the surrounding stress has reached equilibrium, the permanent lining is built using cast or high-pressure sprayed concrete. This method can reduce reinforcement materials by 30 to 40% while minimizing vibration and surface settlement, a crucial advantage for tunnels near residential areas or existing infrastructure. Achieving this precision requires continuous geotechnical monitoring. Hundreds of sensors attached directly to the tunnel walls to measure deformation, stress, and displacement in real time. All data is transmitted to a central control room where engineers constantly analyze conditions and adjust construction methods accordingly. By listening to the Earth and adapting to even the smallest changes, NATM has become one of the most significant advances in modern tunneling technology. Deep inside the mountain, the drilling has stopped. But the work is far from over. Engineers carrying measuring instruments enter the tunnel. Every meter of concrete must prove its strength. Pressure sensors and ground-penetrating radar scan the walls, detecting cracks thinner than a hair. High-frequency ultrasound and 8K optical cameras inspect every bolt and seal. In the control room, hundreds of real-time indicators track the tunnel's lungs, jet fans, smoke sensors, drainage pumps, and a 10-megawatt backup power system. All are tested under strict international standards. Every reading and vibration is recorded and analyzed until perfection is reached. Only then is the tunnel declared ready, a true symbol of precision and human resilience beneath the earth. As the first vehicles begin to pass through, the tunnel enters its full operational phase. More than 1,500 sensors embedded in the tunnel walls continuously record data on vibration, pressure, humidity, and water leakage. This information is transmitted to the control center, where intelligent monitoring software analyzes the data and issues early warnings if it detects even a 0.2 mm deformation in the concrete structure. Each year, maintenance follows a strict schedule. Jet fans, lighting systems, smoke detectors, signal boards, and cameras are all inspected, cleaned, and recalibrated. Drainage channels over 1.5 meters deep are regularly cleared. Pumps capable of moving 1,000 liters per minute are tested to handle heavy rain scenarios. Maintenance work usually takes place at night when traffic flow drops below 20%, minimizing disruption for drivers. When the first light shines through a new tunnel, it marks more than the completion of a project. It is the result of years of research, excavation, and assembly measured to the millimeter. Every mountain tunnel stands as proof of human engineering and endurance in the quest to connect what nature has divided. It is not just infrastructure. It is a masterpiece born from the collaboration between engineers, machines, and data, where every decision is guided by absolute precision. From the ventilation shafts that let workers breathe, to the TBMs that grind through solid rock, to the NATM that turns the mountain itself into a support structure, every element must work perfectly. Because when you are hundreds of meters underground, there is no room for error. The next time you drive through a mountain tunnel, remember what it took to build it. The geological surveys. The ventilation shafts. The 3,000-ton steel giant grinding through rock. The controlled explosions timed to the millisecond. The sensors that never stop watching. It took years. It took billions. It took the best engineering minds in the world. But the result is simple: a safe, fast, reliable path through an obstacle that once killed travelers by the hundreds. That is the art of tunneling. That is the power of human ingenuity. And that is how we carve pathways to the future. If you want to discover how technology and human determination are transforming the world together, from tunnels through mountains to bridges across oceans, subscribe to Quick Tech Process. We go beneath the surface. We follow the machines. We tell the stories of the infrastructure that makes modern life possible. Hit subscribe and join the journey. The next tunnel is already being carved.